wait for us, please. We're ready for you.
There.
Yes.
Okay. 张佩珍, Taiwan. So, can I start?
Yeah.
So, Nicholas, how much time did it take to put on your makeup because you have a full-on makeup, right?
Yeah, it took 23 hours.
20?
3 hours.
23 hours?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Wow. So how did you survive it?
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of work on the actual film. I just sit in makeup all day. It was 2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours, yeah.
You lied to me.
No, I know, I feel terrible about it now in hindsight. But yeah, 2 hours. I learnt my lesson on that because Charlize would walk in and she'd smear some black grease paint on her forehead and then go to set, and it'd take her 2 minutes literally to get ready in the morning, and I'd be like, well, that's a pro. That's someone who knows what they're doing. So I'm getting antsy. But I had great makeup artists, and to be fair, to get all that done in 2 hours was an achievement.
And she shaved her head?
She shaved her head.
Yeah.
Not as short as I shaved my head.
Yes, of course. So. Do you find girls with shaved head sexy?
Yeah.
You think so?
It's interesting because obviously someone like Charlize she's very beautiful and she's got great. This is not a term that I throw around very often, but bone structure. It's quite a feminine term talking about bone structure, but great bone structure on that one, so it works.
So to you, how did you relate to? So to you, how did you relate to your character?
I relate to him because he's very optimistic and positive, and
yes.
also he's a bit of a puppy. He just invests in everything wholeheartedly and goes for it. So that's what I thought about him.
Yeah, but he's also a little bit nerdy in the mod.
Nerdy?
A little bit, because of the way he acts to me. Like he's okay. Let's just skip this.
Nerdy perhaps. Well, I think strange.
Because you are not nerdy at all.
I am pretty nerdy, but I just try and hide it in general. But no, he's odd. He's definitely odd. But that's a product of the environment that he grew up in, I think, where he's just a little bit offbeat.
And let's talk about desert. How many months there?
7 months.
7 months. How did you deal with that?
It's a long time to be out there.
Yes, of course.
I met someone the first night I was there. I met a man and his wife at the local bar, and I started talking to her, and I was like, wow, she's nuts. And I was like, she's lost her mind, and she'd been there 6 months. And I realized 6 months later that I'd become that woman. I'd lost my mind, and there was nothing I could do. I was like, if someone from the outside came, I was like clinging on to them. I was like, what news? What news?
Did you get to shower every day?
Yeah, we lived in houses. We lived in houses, we showered. There was a Nando's where we were. You know Nando's?
No.
Chicken shop? All right. There was a Nando's there. It was more isolated than what I'm used to, but it was also a great place to be, just like landscape-wise, spectacular. It felt like we were living on Mars or something for a little while.
Yeah, so you had no complaints to the director, no?
Pardon?
Did you ever complain to the director?
No, I never complained to George. I try not to complain about anything because I figure being on a film set, making a movie is pretty lucky.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes it gets tricky or there's things going on, but I don't think you can ever really complain about it.
Yeah. And how did you prepare? I mean, is there anything that's special? You have to do special because the audition, because you had to do the real stunts, right? Do you
Not
do
in the
anything
audition.
special?
No, there was no like seeing if you could do stunts in the audition. I guess. Yeah, that's just in the audition. It was more about they would more do these things where they would try and figure out your personality type. So they would do acting games and observation games, and it was 4 hours long, and you'd sit there and then they kind of eked out parts of you, and then they would judge the tapes and stuff. And because I still don't fully understand what we were doing in those auditions, it was strange. But then they basically saw character traits in you that they wanted in the character, and that's kind of how they did it.
Okay, my last question.
Okay.
I heard that, is it true that you were knitting on the set?
I was knitting, yes.
Really?
I took up knitting. I was very good at it.
So to your girlfriend or to your co-stars?
I made I don't know if any of the girls are here that I made stuff for, but yeah, I made a few hats. I made a scarf for my little sister.
That's so sweet.
And then I quit because I had a day off whilst we were in Namibia, and I knitted for 10 hours straight because I promised people these hats. I knitted for 10 hours straight and I was miserable, and then since then I haven't picked up the needle.
Okay, my time is up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice one. Cheers.